What's up guys, welcome back to another Let's Sew. Today we're going to be working with this kind of sea foam. Would you say this is like a mint colored t-shirt knit? I really just wanted to make a very raw, a very summery t-shirt. And then what I did on top of that is I added a small embroidery patch. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Okay, so we are going to be just putting the body piece and sleeves together. A lot of the pieces are pre-cut. If you guys are wondering how I created the pattern, how I cut out the pieces, how I measured everything, I do have a separate video. It's a tutorial versus a Let's Sew. If you guys want to check that out, be sure to check out the video description. I'll go ahead and link that. Now for this t-shirt, the design is very simple. It's your standard t-shirt, and I just really wanted it to be a little bit wider for my body top, not too tight, just because I'm going to be getting bigger and bigger because I've been working out some more, like I said earlier. So I'm just kind of keeping it at a standard. I would say it's considered a large size at this point. It's crazy. I used to be a small size, or a size small, and now I'm a large. That just puts into perspective how much I've been working on it.
Another thing that I want people to understand, especially with sewing and pattern making and tutorials, is that a lot of it needs to be thought of. I know that's pretty obvious, but a lot of thought has to go into it. I would love to do a blazer tutorial, a windbreaker tutorial, a lot of different tutorials, but the process, the methodology, the pattern making has to be very precise and accurate, and it requires a lot of time. And I wish that I had the time that I did to go through the different projects, but it's exhausting to the point where it makes it unfun. I know unfun's not a word, but it doesn't make it fun anymore. So what I've kind of done is I'm just making clothing that I personally would wear and enjoy, and really find the most enjoyment out of making. I think that people are so drawn to having this, but I'm gonna ask you this question: do you really want that, or are you just trying to get that because someone else has it? Or you went to the mall and that's what you saw in the display, so it makes you think that you want it. I really want you guys to ask yourself that question, and I've kind of broke away from that, where I really was drawn to, I want this, but more of, this is what I essentially want, without looking from the outside or from the inside out. I'm looking more outside in now. Something to just think about.
Next up, we are going to be sewing all the pieces together. I use, I guess, a zigzag stitch. It's like a modified zigzag stitch. It's not a standard one. It's kind of like an overlock equivalent. I know that people always ask me why I never get a serger or anything like that. I have a sewing machine and it has so much features, so much different stitches, and I want to utilize it as much as I can. I feel like if I get a serger, I'm getting more industrial, and I feel like I'm gonna forget about my sewing machine entirely, because not only does the serger is kind of like a one and all, it's kind of end all too. It will kind of complete, it will replace my sewing machine, and you know, sewing machines aren't cheap. I'm not gonna lie, sewing machines are not cheap, and I just don't have like dispensable money to just get a serger as well. And I feel like a lot of you guys feel the same way like me, and most of you probably don't have a sewing machine, so it's like I don't even have one. So that's the main reason why I don't have a serger. I'm trying to make use of what I have. I want to make sure that everything that I do have, I value it as much as I can, make the most out of it. Now when it gets to the point where my machine is just not usable till its very last stitch, that's when I'm gonna consider to get something new. And I feel like when you get a surgery, you're going to be doing more manufacturing. You're going to be doing it for a clothing brand, clothing line, or an online store. I don't really plan to do that anytime soon.
I guess the last thing that I'm going to answer today is, how do I make my patterns? How do I differentiate between the sizes? How do I go about doing this, or just start this off? I'm still trying to figure that out myself. For me to give you an answer, I'm not being truthful to you guys. I don't want to lie to you. I seriously have been really doing a lot of trial and error and a lot of kind of quality control with my clothing, just because I need to learn how to do that first before I can teach someone else. It kind of, to compare what I'm doing, think of the phrase of, you must love yourself before you love another. I guess you can put that in the sense of, I must know myself before I can tell someone else how to do it. I think that's one way that I want you guys to understand why I don't go out and give you a direct answer on how to do things. Because me myself, I don't know what it is yet.
Next up, we are just going to throw the t-shirt into the sewing machine and sewing on the sleeves. Over the amount of time that I've spent sewing, that's about 4 years, I've finally perfected the method to sewing on sleeves. I also have a tutorial on this. I'll put it down below, but it's just a relief for me to get to this point. It's amazing, okay? Anyways, so we're going to be now ironing on the little bird with the branch onto the t-shirt. I really like the small detail. It's not too out there and it's not too small as well. It really adds a big contrast to the t-shirt. Alright, so I completed that t-shirt and I do have an extra patch just chilling. So I thought, why don't I just make one for my girlfriend and then we can have like a matching set. So let's do it. And after some time, I finally finished my girlfriend's t-shirt. She has the same silhouette, almost same pattern as mine, just a little bit shorter. I really wanted it to be very baggy for the summer. And what you guys think about it? Does it look like couples goals? I really wanted to make something very lightweight, and not only for myself, but for my girlfriend. And the great thing about having a girlfriend too is that she can also model your clothes, especially the clothing that you make for the opposite gender. You can kind of figure out what works, what doesn't work. But what she did with hers is, hers is a little bit longer, but she can tie it up in the front like she did in this part of the video. For me, I just wear it casually as you normally would wear a t-shirt. I mean, if you're not wearing a t-shirt, oh my gosh, embarrassing. That's where the patch is. Anyways, so that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a suggestion if you would like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Love you, Kaaaaaaad Fam. I'll catch you guys again, once again, next time. Pew!